Today, we want to discuss a topic called maintenance. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define maintenance, list types of maintenance, highlight the need for maintenance. Machines, equipment that we use in our different workshops, they need to be maintained regularly so that they can perform optimally for us. Oftentimes we use them in different fabrications. The parts keep rubbing on another because of friction, because of wear and tear. These machines need to be maintained. If not, we may have a total breakdown in the whole process in the workshop. And you know that every technologist wants to get the best of the machines. So we want to actually look at exactly what do we mean when we say maintenance. What is the meaning of maintenance? So we can say that maintenance is a series of operations carried out in a machine and other equipment in order to preserve its usefulness or to avoid major damage to it through excessive wear and tear. That is what we mean by maintenance. Those little things we do to the equipment to ensure that they will keep them running. We don't incur excessive loss. We don't damage the machines when we use them. That's what we regard to as maintenance. What are different types of maintenance that we have? We can classify them in two broad ways. We have a type of maintenance we call unplanned maintenance. We also have kind of maintenance we call planned maintenance, just to make it clearer to you. These ones, unplanned maintenance is reactive. That means those kind of maintenance we do to machines and equipment when there is call for emergency, when we have a total breakdown, you have to correct the machine, if not. So those ones are reactive due to circumstances that happen. But we have planned maintenance, that's proactive maintenance. These ones, we plan for them. So under reactive maintenance, we have corrective maintenance. We're going to talk about them one after the other, what they mean and what they do. Then we also have, for planned maintenance, we have preventive maintenance, we have predictive maintenance. These are the three main major types of maintenance. That's number one is corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance, and predictive maintenance. So what exactly is corrective maintenance? This is the kind of maintenance that is done to machines and equipment when we have a total breakdown of the equipment or machine. In this kind of maintenance, we may need to have to change parts of these machines. We may need to buy and repair parts so that the machines can optimally function. So corrective maintenance is a reactive maintenance. So oftentimes, if these corrections are not made, the machines will not be able to be up and running again. So corrective maintenance is an expensive maintenance. It costs a lot for such maintenance to be done on machines. So it is not wise for any technologist to leave his or equipment or machines to get to the point that they develop fault when you don't plan them. Okay, so we also have other types of maintenance we call preventive maintenance. These are different measures taken to ensure that the machines, to ensure that the equipment are up and running. Most of the details for preventive maintenance are listed in the manufacturer's manual. You know that when you have equipment or machines, there's usually a paper, white paper, that is inside the packet of this equipment. So in that is the instruction on how to run the machine, on how to maintain the machine, the do's and don'ts of the machine. So when such rules, when such regulations, when such details in the machines are kept and followed, you can see that the lifespan of this machine will have a long lifespan, all right? So that is it. So for preventive maintenance, they can be in the form of a maintenance we do in the machine. For example, you can dust your television, for example. You can remove dust, you can remove cobwebs, you can dust your upholstery, for example, so that these things don't get to the point that you need to start, repairing them, because when dust contaminate them, may have them not functioning very, very well. So preventive maintenance is those maintenance that we do on machine to ensure that the machines don't break down totally. Okay? It can be in the form of cleaning of your plugs, it can be in the form of changing oil in your machines to ensure that they are up and running. We also have predictive maintenance. This one has to do with maintenance carried out on machines and equipment that you know that the lifespan of these parts in the machine will take these certain periods. That if this machine had actually worked for certain periods, there are certain things, certain parts of the machine that should be changed as a routine, So when we do this kind of maintenance is called predictive maintenance. For example, in some companies, they know that when a machine is run for like 2-3 months, you should change the oil, you should change the spark plug, you should do certain things in the machine to ensure that the parts that have worn out will be replaced. Some of the tires we have here in Nigeria as Belgian tires, there are people who have taken into consideration predictive maintenance, that this tire have stayed 1 year and stayed 2 years. So we should remove it, because if you don't remove it, it might get to the point that the tire will actually burst. Then you will return to corrective maintenance, which is costly to run for any organization, for any workshop. Okay, so predictive maintenance is very, very, very reliable. It's a reliable kind of maintenance. You can tell that this part you've removed now, it will last you for 3 months. So next time you're going to change this in the next 3 months. So when you have such, it's called predictive maintenance. Why do we need to actually maintain our equipment? Why do we need to maintain our machines? Are there needs, or are we just doing it while wasting our money? No, there are needs for us to maintain our machines and equipment. Number one is that when the machines are properly maintained, there will not be room for poor quality jobs, because the machines are all working optimally. The jobs that will be delivered in these machines will be done with utmost efficiency, because in the machines, we know how to use these machines. The machines are working well. So that is one of the things that we need. That's one of the needs for maintenance in a machine. Another important need for maintenance in our machine is it can forestall fatal accidents. If you don't know how to operate certain machines or some parts are bad, it can lead to loss of life. It can lead to loss of arm in some cases for people who are working with machines that have the ability to cutting tools. Okay, so these things can be forestalled if proper maintenance is taken, in the machines or equipment that we use in the workshop. We can also reduce huge financial losses, especially in the case of, total breakdown of the system. Imagine we have a system running and we don't have a backup and there is a total breakdown. It's going to cost a lot to fix, to repair, to bypass, to begin to, make corrective maintenance on the machines. So to ensure that technologies don't run into huge financial losses, there is great need for maintenance of our equipment and machines so that all we do can go on well in the technical in the technical house. Okay, having said this, I will take you through our ExamGuide app where I'll show you how we can use this app to practice for basic examinations. This is 2019 Basic Tech. Number 1, it said preventive maintenance process requires option A, fault diagnosis tools. Option B, regular and routine inspection. C, replacement of damaged parts. Of course, that cannot be the answer. D, test equipment. E, unplanned repairs. From the options listed, option A to E, the right answer here is option B. Preventive maintenance process requires regular and routine inspection. When you check your machines regularly, when you inspect them regularly to see how they are functioning, the parts that you need to replace before you have a total breakdown, that's one of the processes required in preventive maintenance so that these machines don't break down outrightly. But look at option C, for example. It's an option if we are talking about corrective maintenance. This option would have been the best option for that.